Morning time, when I got up, then I could not, my hand is like this. Okay, it's like completely paralyzed. I have seen this. Many medicine ad or something like that, that at the age of 51, I started feeling that I am 91, means that old. When I went for testing, then I was diagnosed with some kind of arthritis. I don't know these words much, but I was with kind of arthritis, that is a bone disease. So now this much energy I carry. Someone say that I was all right in the night, but when I woke up, then my hand is, it is not moving much. It's a numbness. I cannot fold it or something like it. Okay, what is the concept behind disease and where Mr. Einstein lives? Where Mr. Einstein lives and what is the concept behind the body? Einstein talks about E equal to mc square. Energy is nothing but mass into velocity square. Whereas when people get problem that at the age of 50 when I caught the arthritis, okay, then I arthritis is the correct word. I don't know. This is for bone problem. I don't know much about medical system. Or I should not say because each word is so dangerous that at some age people get cancer or some HIV or something like that, whatever. If you see any patient or tuberculosis or any patient, if you see any patient, they will look same that they are completely pale. Any patient. Okay. So now someone would say night I was okay and morning time when I got up, then my hand was like this. Completely numbness. I cannot hold anything. And then I went to the doctor and doctor said that this kind of one, I don't know, type A, type B, type C, this kind of problem you have now. So this is typically called this syndrome. Or then I went for blood test and I was diagnosed with the cancer. Okay, so leukemia and something like that, and it is blood cancer and this cancer, and then this is, that's why there is a numbness. Now I am going for this chemotherapy and this therapy and that. I'm not laughing, but this is how it is. Okay, then if someone has a disease, then disease solution to the doctor is chemistry or physics. He will give either radiation or he will put some kind of injection. So some chemistry, chemical stuff he will put inside the body. Now, if he puts one injection, okay, keep on doing, probably my numbness would is better. I got up in the morning, I got numbness, I went to the doctor and he gave me injection, and that's why I am sitting in front of you. Consider this way. Okay, I have never been to the doctor in past 20 years, but anyway, I have never taken any medicine in past 20 years. That is another issue. Because I know that chemistry is not solution to any problem. Physics is not solution to any problem. All solution to problem lies in mathematics. Okay, at the end, because that is the power force behind every science. Okay, now what happens if I say that I got this numbness and I cannot move my hand because there is something? Okay, then doctor will say that you carry this energy, this disease. Because of this disease, your blood composition is changing. There is some mitotic division, mitotic division, and this division and uncontrolled division is happening in the blood. So you have the blood cancer. And because of that, this problem is coming. So we have to stop this division. Okay. So to stop the division, you have to take some injection that will go to the blood, and slowly blood would kind of stop doing the devastation. So blood will be better, and probably, or he will suggest some physics, some radiation in the hand or somewhere, I don't know, and then it will be all right. Okay, but mathematics is another science. Physics is a science, chemistry is a science, biology is a science. How brain remembers something in the brain, because there are cells in the brain which are made to remember something in the mind. Probably true, true. But if someone is not remembering, I believe it is called Alzheimer's disease, then you don't have any medicine. You know that some cell in the body keeps the remembrance, and if it is not behaving nicely, then it is Alzheimer's disease, but you don't have any medicine. If there is some uncontrolled division is happening in the blood, then it is leukemia or blood cancer, then you don't have any medicine. Okay, so whatever you're seeing from the eye is true, but you try to solve through physics, chemistry, and math and biology, and then you end up in nothing. Maximum you elongate the lifespan, but you cannot cure it. So no medicinal science cures you. Okay, there is a big boasting going on that Ayurveda nowadays it has medicine for disease actually, not the allopathic or homeopathic or Unani. Because Ayurveda is also zero. No medicinal science, either it is Ayurveda or allopathic, all are same. All are behind your wallet, your purse. Either it is Ayurveda or it is allopathy. All are looting you. Okay, so solution to any disease or any problem is not in the biology, chemistry, or physics. Solution is in the mathematics. Why I have numbness in my hand? Some way you will see patient is doing like this, he is sitting like this, and then he is on God's mercy or doctor's mercy. In other way, you are not independent. We talked about calculus, right? There are two components. One is independent component, one is dependent component. So once you are hale and healthy, then you are independent component. Once you are in disease, then you becomes dependent component. And whom you consider independent component is the doctor. The doctor is independent and you are dependent upon him. That is another matter, that what is doctor. Either he is really independent or he is bigger dependent. So if you try to bend upon someone who is not powerful, then what will happen? You both will collapse, right? Anyway, what is the reason behind any disease? If you see the nowadays, it is proved that the reason behind anything, if I talk to any normal person, why there is numbness here, I am not able to make it straight, then a normal person would say that energy is less. So, root cause of all disease is you have less energy. The body contains the energy. That energy, when it decreases and it crosses a lower limit, then you start getting the disease. That is the energy. What is our body? Nowadays it is coming as research that our body is nothing but it is exact replica of universe. Our body is, if universe is very big and very complex, then our body is very big and very complex. There is something called pind in the body. These are another science. Okay, so what is body? Body is nothing but exact replica of the universe. If that is true, then in our mind, where is earth? Okay, that is another science. But whatever. But the mathematics science is that your energy level is low. If your energy level is low, common sense, right? If if I am standing, if I am erecting my head straight, then it needs an energy. If I lack in energy, if I die, at the moment only if I die, there is some heart attack or whatever, then my situation will be completely like this. This proves that energy is gone. The energy which was involved in making it erect, straight, that energy is gone. Between 0 to full, what is in between? If it is going low, 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 if it crosses a limit, then that is disease. So a person is doing like this, or he is doing like this. Okay, he is not able to walk. I have seen in neurological patients, they walk little bit kind of in lame way. They will walk little bit like this. Then this is called neurological disease. Doctor will ask to walk. He will walk, and then he will put in some category of some neurological syndrome. Boss, there can be billions of syndrome in the body. There is only one syndrome, that your energy is less. That is the only disease you are carrying. Okay, if energy is less, and knowingly, unknowingly, if you are taking radiation is, I have never seen it, but it is called chemotherapy. Through chemotherapy, people take radiation, so that if there is, suppose there is a swelling here of cancer, then on the swelling, if you take the radiation, then cell, the growth is happening. Doctor will say that growth is happening, and that growth will reduce the speed of the growth that is happening, uncontrolled growth. Because of the radiation, it would decrease. No, boss, knowingly, unknowingly, you are taking energy, because body does not have energy. If it does not have energy, you are taking energy from outside. If you are taking injection, or drug addicts, they take injection, you are taking energy from outside. If your energy is X, and X plus Y is required to be fit, then Y you are taking from outside. X plus Y. Why there is less energy in the body? That is bigger question. Why it is X and why it is not X plus Y? Let's see what Mr. Einstein said. Einstein said that energy is nothing but mass into velocity square. This is my hand. Okay, suddenly I did like this. This is my hand. Suddenly I did like this. If you see closely, then there is a mass of the hand. And if I do like this, then there is a velocity. If mass and the moment I see the velocity, it is calculus, it is algebra. Every moment velocity may not be the same. At any moment, whatever is the velocity and whatever is the mass, if I calculate mv square, that much is the energy that is involved in moving the hand. If it is constant velocity of v and there is a mass of m, if I did like this, then energy I lost from my body is mv square. Because of energy, that energy, if there is a mass, then velocity is achieved. If I have if I have this ball, if I have this ball in my hand, and if this ball is moving because of me, if ball is moving with a velocity v, then energy is, okay, if velocity is moving with velocity v and this mass is m, then how much energy I am pushing from my body on this, so that it would move with velocity v, that is mv square. Mass into velocity through which it is moving, that much energy I am releasing from my body. If 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 there is a mass and there is a velocity, then how much energy I am releasing is mv square. If I know how much energy I am releasing from my body, if I know the mass, then what is the velocity it is gaining? That is energy by mass square root. Okay, now if I know the velocity, and if I know how much energy I am pushing from my body, then I can know that energy by velocity square is the mass, that is the mass. If I have energy E, that is constant, I am pushing on the ball, and ball is moving with constant energy V. If I increase the mass, I take iron ball, then if energy, I'm sorry, if I am pushing equal energy, I don't want to give more energy. Okay. Now, if I give equal energy and I keep increasing the mass, I have energy called X, and then X equal to mv square. Now mass I am increasing from this ball, now iron ball, mass increased. To keep the energy constant, if I increase the mass, then velocity would decrease. So if I take iron ball that is much heavier to this, with same energy, if I try to move, then it would move slow. If I take a plastic ball, because if energy is constant, if I reduce the mass, then velocity would increase. This is energy equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, so ball is kept at the ground. I picked the ball and ball came here. I am feeling tired because I pushed energy from my body to the ball and ball came from ground to this level. What is the energy? Now this ball, since I pushed my energy to this ball, ball is carrying energy from my body. What is the energy in the ball? I mean, I am serious. Ball has energy. If I drop this ball, it gained velocity because it had energy. If ball has energy, then what is the energy? That is mass into gravity into the height, mgh. Whatever is term comes, that much energy, if I pick this ball from the ground and keep at this level, that much energy minimum I give in the ball. If I drop this ball, then this energy, it started losing, this is called potential energy. But energy is changing its form. Energy cannot be destroyed. So energy is changing its form when it is touching the ground. At that point, energy is highest, and there it is in form of velocity. Here energy is in different form. I don't know in what form, but when it is touching the ground, at that moment, energy is in form of here it is in form of mass, gravity, and height. There it is in form of mass and velocity. So how much velocity it would gain? If I consider their energy is, I believe it is half mv square, but consider it is mv square. Then mv square equal to mgh. M cut down, then v equal to gh square. That much velocity it is gaining. Because whatever the potential energy it had, that got converted into kinetic energy. So energy cannot be destroyed. But it cannot be exact equal to the current because it lost energy in the media of the air. So air grabbed some energy. If whatever, what about if I drop this ball and it does not return? If I take sand and if I drop the ball, then it does not return. This proves that whatever energy it was carrying, it converted to kinetic energy when it was touching the sand, but sand absorbed all the energy. Here, the floor is hard, it is not absorbing all the energy, little bit it is absorbing, then leave, then again kinetic energy becomes the potential. It will keep doing till it is losing the energy. Okay, so let's go with Mr. Einstein that energy is nothing but mass into velocity square. Now let's see this formula little closely. Energy is directly proportional to the mass. Energy is directly proportional to velocity square, not to the velocity. Okay, big thing. Consider mass is 1 and velocity is 1. Then energy is 1. Now mass is 10 and velocity is 1. Then energy is 10. If mass grows from 1 to 10, energy also grows from 1 to 10. Now let's consider mass is 1, velocity is 1. Now if velocity grows from 1 to 10, then energy grows from 1 to 100 mv square. Means energy is directly proportional to the square of velocity. Velocity is participant in calculating in getting the energy, but it has very high role. Means energy is more or less, energy is nothing but velocity. If mass is 1, velocity is 1, energy is 1. If mass is 10, velocity is 1, the energy is 10. Same as mass. But if mass is 1, velocity is 1, energy is 1. If mass is 1, velocity is 10, then energy is 100. If velocity grows 1, then means there is 1 unit of change in velocity that brings a square unit of change in the energy. So energy is more inclined on the independent variable. Two independent variables are there, mass and velocity. Then energy is more dependent upon the velocity. This proves that the energy in your body is nothing but the velocity you have. This proves that velocity is nothing but d of displacement by d of time. D displacement or distance, okay, dd by dt, dd by dt. If I say displacement as x, dx by dt. Per unit change in time brings how much displacement, that is the velocity. Means a person has less velocity, is generate, he has less energy. Person has more velocity has more energy, not more energy, a square of that. If person has velocity of 2 and another person has velocity of 4, then this person has energy of 4, that person has energy of 16. If person is has twice velocity but energy is 4 times higher, can you see? Not only if person is has velocity as 3, then energy is 9. Person has velocity of 6, then energy is 36. See the difference between 3 and 6 and 9 and 36. So now who is your best friend? Best friend is the velocity. Who is your best enemy? Best enemy is non 1 by velocity. 1 by velocity. That is your best enemy. Means if you are spending life sitting on the chair and keep thinking, then your velocity is nothing. So a person who has no velocity in his life is less energetic person. So a person who has no dx by dt is prone to square of the square fashion, is prone to disease. That's why if someone is catching cancer, if someone is catching any disease, then disease growth happens exponentially, immediately. Means if someone is catching cancer of some stage, then the survival for the cancer worldwide, if someone is detected cancer, is 36 or 37 days only. That's it. Means if you start losing the energy, this is the way you lose the energy. If you don't have the velocity, square fashion, you start losing. But if it comes to your mind that I am diseased because my energy is less, because my velocity is less, if I keep increasing the velocity, if I go one distance, then a square way I start getting the energy. The moment it comes to your mind, your disease is poof. Mathematics can save the people. Krishna talks about this in Gita. If you read Gita, Krishna talks about it. Slight progress in this direction would save you. Even a slight progress in this direction would save you. If you make slight progress toward the velocity, that is done. Okay, anyway. Now question is arising that how I can have velocity. One answer is that I have two things in my body. One is the physical body, what I contain, and what is the another is the mental body. So both where velocity is required. If you want physical strength, then with velocity in the body, then you have to do exercises regularly. Morning and evening, regular exercise is required. What about mental? Then you have to not be a sleepy person. If you keep sleeping on the chair because I enjoy sleeping, then your mind is has no velocity. So mind velocity is required and body velocity both are required now. Now your energy level will be higher in the body if you do exercise for your body and if you do exercise for your mind. This way the velocity would tend to grow, or it will be at a limit where it will cross the limit of being the healthy person, and you will be all right. You will feel that I am all right. Okay, what is next thing? So this is called knowledge. Now I have the knowledge. Krishna talks about knowledge also in Gita. I am above the knowledge. This is what he says. I am above the knowledge. Means a person who understands everything, who is knowledgeable person. I am above the knowledgeable person. Keeping knowledge is all right, but if does not come to practice, then knowledge has no meaning. If person is not knowledgeable, still his lifestyle is like that he is in velocity, then he is far better than you. Then how I can come to practice of doing the exercise of mental and body so that I should not fail any day. Every day it should happen. So velocity is part of life that someone must understand, and then slowly he would improve. So velocity, what it does is, velocity is improving the energy in your body. In other terms, body is generating energy. You are diseased because your body is not generating energy. If someone has cancer, blood cancer, this proves that body is not generating energy. If you take energy through chemotherapy, radiation, or through medicine, someone is giving you energy from outside. At that moment, energy will be high. I understand. Or if you eat a lot of things, then at that moment, energy will be high. But that is not the solution. Solution is body should generate energy. That energy generation is not happening. Your body is not generating energy. I have BP because my father has BP, grandfather has BP. This is genetic. BP is not genetic. The way your body generates the energy, the tendency of your thinking, the brain thinks, and that fashion you start working velocity, you start doing the velocity, that thinking is coming generation by generation. Same thinking is coming generation by generation. That's why everyone is in trouble. Change your thinking, your hereditary disease is out. Okay, so if you think that I have to come in velocity, then body would start generating energy automatically. All your hereditary disease, all your society disease, family disease is gone that moment only, when you think that my body is not generating energy because I am not in velocity. So the only solution to all disease is mathematics. At any moment, dx by dt, dx by dt is an algebraic function over independent component t. T is the time at any moment. What is the rate of change in displacement per unit time? At any time. So every moment there should be a dx by dt. If there is velocity at every moment, if there is acceleration, dv by dt is there, then it is more perfect. Okay, so not my distance is changing per unit of time, the velocity is changing per unit of time. That is more than perfect. So if you want to get rid of the any disease, then you have to change your mind setup and kick out all the medicine. Ayurveda, allopathy, all are equally looters. They are behind your pocket only. Okay? Different faces. One talks in Sanskrit and one talks in English, Latin. That's it. Behind the scene, all are medicinal science only. No difference. There is no difference between Ayurveda or allopathy. So be a mathematician and come to dx by dt or dv by dt, increase your energy, or best is that that create the habit of generating energy inside your body. How to how to how to get to habit to generate energy? The body should start generating the energy. For that, you have to think. There is perfect solution for it, that how your body should start means why I should not miss a, a dx by dt at any t. If I take 24 hours, then T spans from 0 to 24 hours. At any moment in T, why there should be dx by dt positive, then energy generation will be positive. How it will be? What is the mind setup that I change so that it should start happening? There is a perfect answer to it, but the bigger perfect answer is that you have to think, because if you know everything, then certainly you will keep thinking that only. Okay, be healthy and be energetic, because you have now velocity.